Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys. Tiara is out for this preview episode, but she assures us that she will be on the next episode, which is not a surprise. This is a preview for episode 269, Rebel Ridge. You can watch this on Netflix, by the way. This is starring Aaron Pierre and Don Johnson, playing a racist again. The log line here is an ex-Marine grapples his way through a web of small-town corruption when an attempt to post bail for his cousin escalates into a violent standoff with the local police chief. I have not seen this movie. I think, Terrence, you've already watched this.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's getting really good reviews. I feel like the reviews are really sky high, and yet I'm still skeptical. But I think it'll probably be a good time. I like movies like this. This feels like a good fold in laundry type of film, which is okay. That's totally fine if that's what it turns out to be. So look forward to a full review of that next week. The random topic this week is all about how they're sending people over here to eat dogs, guys. I don't know if you guys have heard. So the Haitian migrant situation and how it's somehow blown up even worse than it was when it started, which was pretty bad to begin with. Vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance tweeted out on September 9th, quote, "Months ago, I raised the issue of Haitian illegal immigrants draining social services and generally causing chaos all over Springfield, Ohio. Reports now show that people have had their pets abducted and eaten by people who shouldn't be in the country. Where is our border czar?" Referring to Kamala Harris. Micah, do you believe that Haitian migrants are eating pets? This is a simple yes. Wow, this guy
I had to unmute myself. Unless you want me coughing in the mic or making thunder like I was doing before the show.
Yes.
No. If anything, Haitians are making voodoo dolls to torture people because that's what Haitians do.
According to all the movies.
They practice, according to all media featuring Haitians. They're like Dr. Facilier in that Disney movie played by Keith David.
Yes. The Princess and the Frog. That's a good one.
Yes.
Terrence, are you on JD Vance's side here, or are you on the side of reality?
I don't think I've ever wanted to fight someone more in my life than JD Vance because he's just a smug. Like he reminds me of a smarter, not even smarter, but like a what's that fucking asshole in Texas? Ted Cruz. Reminds me of Ted Cruz.
I could see that 100%.
Like I just want to fight both of them. Like no. People.
If you had to hang out with one of the two of them,
I'd put a bullet in my head.
nah. Like bullet. That's not how this game works. You had to hang out with
Ted Cruz or JD
Vance. Do I hang out to the point where
I would hang out with Ted Cruz before JD Vance?
Well, it depends on who I want to punch first. Because one of them is getting punched.
No, you
if
can't
I'm hanging out with them,
you can't fight.
You just talk about like
in a room.
I don't deal in hypotheticals, nigga. With next question. Get out of here. Like, I'm not playing this game with you. No. I don't like either one of them motherfuckers. No. Fuck. He just like he's a scumbag, dude. Like it's insane. Yes. He's a piece of shit, man.
Yeah.
He's a real scumbag. Like I don't know what else to say about that guy. He's an asshole, and he's putting people's lives in danger.
Yeah, I mean, look,
admittedly making shit up. So cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the videotape on that. I have that footage, by the way. Yeah, it's bizarre, right? Like this idea that we are sewing these kind of things into the discourse is very bizarre to me. But what it tells me is like they're really scared they're gonna lose. Like this is like shit you bring up in late October to try to like really throw a wrench in the campaign. They're just like,
this is some Willie Horton shit.
Yeah, just like throw the shit now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it absolutely feels like that. It's like, why don't they just have like the white hands balling up a piece of paper, like, I'm so angry, they're stealing jobs.
What?
That was a pretty horrendous ad too. And they put that guy on CNN, by the way. That guy was a political analyst who made that ad. So, like this idea of are Haitian immigrants or Haitian migrants eating pets is one, categorically false. Two, they're not illegal immigrants, by the way. They're legally there. They were brought to the U.S. because they were, basically seeking asylum because of how dangerous Haiti was or is. So, like, you're telling two demonstrably false lies, right? In one tweet. Also, of course, conservatives, jumped on this and they're like, hell yeah, this is fucking right up our alley. It doesn't, it doesn't connect with reality, so we love it. Then Trump goes into the debate and just lights himself on fire by saying they're eating the dogs, they're eating cats, right? He's all in on this stupid shit too. And reasonable Republicans, the few that are left, are like, you probably shouldn't have said that. Seems like a bad fucking idea. They're correct. Everyone else is like, oh, you're the moron we thought you were. But now, like, JD Vance then goes on to CNN, where he basically he's talking to Dana Bath, and he's like, nah, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm just making shit up, and if I have to make shit up, like, just to get people's attention, like, it is what it is. Which is also like a really super weird fucking move, but apparently they think that that's fucking acceptable. So let's play a little bit of that clip, and then we'll talk more.
Media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to,
But it wasn't just a meme,
create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast.
You just said that this is a story that you
Yes.
created. So the eating dogs and cats thing is not
We are
accurate.
creating. Dana, it comes from firsthand accounts from my constituents. I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it. I didn't create 20,000 illegal migrants coming into Springfield thanks to Kamala Harris's policies. Her policies did that, but yes, we created the actual focus that allowed the American media to talk about this story and the suffering caused by Kamala Harris's policies.
Okay. No one says that. No one talks like that and says, yeah, we're creating this story. Like, and then he's like, oh no, we're just creating like to get attention. No, I think you realize you fucked up. And so now you're trying to move the needle. Like, people don't talk like that. Like, it was a weird turn of phrase. Yeah, it's made up because you found it on a Facebook page because the person who wrote it on a Facebook page was like, yeah, I just kind of heard this and I just kind of like went with it and I didn't realize it was going to blow up like this and I'm kind of sorry. Yeah. And so they admitted it was a lie. So what are we doing now?
Here's the thing about the lie. He says, I made this story up to kind of shine a light on the suffering of the American people in Springfield, Ohio, or whatever. Okay, you shined a light on something that doesn't exist. You lied to shine a light on a lie. So what was the end game? And he's he in another tweet, I don't know if you have it or anything like that. He says that they're eating cats, they're stealing pets and eating them. First of all, everybody on the planet has a phone. If people were seeing people eating dogs and cats, it would be on fucking cell phone footage by now.
Yeah,
There's not a stitch of it, except for the one black woman who was having a mental health break and she killed a cat. And she wasn't black. She was black and she was in a completely different county in Ohio.
And an American citizen. And an American
citizen. Exactly. So that's the only footage we have of people. She wasn't eating the cat. She just unfortunately killed the cat. But that's it.
You're such an
that's it. Mike's a dickhead. but yeah, that's all they have. And so he's like, yeah, my constituents are calling into my house, into my office, telling me that people are eating dogs and cats, and that's what I'm going by. But again, there's absolutely no visual proof of it. So anyone can just call in and say, hey, I saw a penguin walking down the street holding a dog.
You're gonna go out and tweet it?
Are you gonna believe that? That's stupid?
Yeah.
And the tweet that I was talking about, he was talking about them eating cats and dogs and bringing communicable diseases.
Yeah, I was gonna go there next. Yeah.
Right, and that's also super fucked up because like the history with Haitians, and he was saying HIV and tuberculosis.
TB. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. The first one thing, like I don't know if you got like back in the 80s, during the AIDS pandemic, there was something called the 4-H's. It was homosexuality, it was hemophilia, which is thinning blood, heroin use, and Haitians. So he's taking it all the way back to the fucking 80s.
Oh, you can go.
Those were you can go all the way back. That was 83. You can go all the way back to there, and they like the history with Haiti and like HIV is like I think it's like 1% of the population there has it. So it kind of does stand to reason that some of the people, the 15,000 that came from Haiti, a couple of them may actually be positive, but he's saying they're spreading it. Again, those were the words he was using, and it's fucked up. It's just all racism, man. It's like racism and xenophobia to try to get to try to scare people, and on the other hand, you have, hey, let's all like work together. Let's create a fucking what is she saying? God, what's the economy she wants to opportunity economy or something like that?
Right.
And they're like, all these fucking niggas and shit, Haitians eating dogs, be scared. And people in Springfield are like,
what?
No. Like there's like, yeah, they're here, but like they're working really hard. We're just kind of low on resources because like 15,000 people in 4 years is a lot of people.
Yeah, they only had
help government.
Right. They had 60,000 people in Springfield, and then they were like, "Here's another 15 to 20,000." That's a lot, in fairness, right?
Yeah.
But this idea that they're destroying the city or whatever or a town is simply not true. And also, I saw a video, and I saw this video maybe like a couple of weeks before this whole thing came out, and it was an interview with like a guy who works at a factory or runs a factory in Springfield. Because I had heard stuff like, they have a lot of immigrants. Right? I didn't know that they were Haitian or whatever, but I just knew they were a lot of migrants. And dude's like, he says in the video, he was like, no, they're really hard workers and they don't come to work high on meth. Like, you just want to put it out there. He was a white dude. It's like, yo, I got mad people who come not high on meth, and like this shit is not working for us. So like this idea of these migrants, like he just said that shit. I was like, all right, well, fair enough. Right? The truth is the truth. But this idea that migrants are bringing, like you said, TB and HIV. I mean, or the ridiculous, sort of history with like the narrative that they're eating animals and stuff like that. Like this goes all the way back. Like The Guardian had a good story on this, and a number of other people pointed this out. Like, there's a Mississippi newspaper from 1852 that laments the trade with China is not what it ought to be, and that the Chinese eat dogs, right? And then in the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, organizers reportedly forced indigenous people from the Philippines to butcher and eat dogs for entertainment. And the event was cemented the stereotype against Filipinos. By the late 20th century, groups including Koreans, Filipinos, and Cambodians became, quote, principally stereotyped as dog eaters. They said that. Right, they still do. They still say this.
Yo, we literally watched that fucking movie last week where she was like, yo, go fry it up with some soy sauce, my nigga. Remember that part?
Yeah, of course.
In fucking The Deliverance?
Right.
They're stuck for 100+ years.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
I mean, look at all the QAnon stuff, right? There's so much of that shit. That's just obviously all of it's batshit crazy. But even the QAnon stuff about like these rich elites, killing and eating kids and stuff like that. You know what that is? That's just Jewish blood libel. That's what they said about Jews. Oh, Jews would steal kids and drink their blood. That's the same thing. People act like, oh, this is a newfound crazy. They're doing the same playbook they've been doing for over 100 years. This is the same thing. The Chinese eat rats and all this other shit. These are in actual newspapers, right? These are not things that we found on the internet, like in a forum in 1902. This was shit people printed in a newspaper, like a real fucking piece of journalism. So Vance doing this is doing nothing but putting forth the same bigoted nonsense that people have always used against minority groups. My question is to black conservatives. Y'all still rocking with these dudes? Now I know. Well, I'm not Haitian. Yo, they've been trying to pin shit on black people in Florida based on the show. Oh, what about this guy? Like, yo, I'm not even Haitian. I'm just a black person. They're like, yeah, but what? What are you doing? What are you doing? How do you sit there?
Some black people, I'll tell you how. Some black people who are, well educated and they make a good living, right? They think I'll take it back to that old Chris Rock bit of there being black people. There's black people and then there's niggas, and niggas got to go. And black conservatives think they are American black, and of course they're not. I'm not poor. I wouldn't do that, right? And that's the mentality that they have. They forget that they are black first in the eyes of
everyone.
Right. So I understand their thought process.
Sure.
I don't agree with it, but that's what they'll tell you. And it's not, they haven't really had their come to blackness moment. If they ever have it, they might never have it. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny about that? Like Tim Scott, the cooningest coon that ever did coon, right? He's been stopped.
I didn't say anything.
I'm
sure he's a lovely person.
No, Micah did something.
No, I saw what he did. What the fuck? No, I saw
like he's said on numerous occasions he's been pulled over by the police because he was black, and he's like, "America's not a racist country." Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dog?
You have to.
And then he gets on stage with Donald Trump and said, "Trump, I love you." Like, you are a fucking coon, nigga.
Was that
you're a fucking disgrace to the human race. You're a bitch. Like, I just he makes me sick, dude. Like,
I don't understand.
But that's the type of person that you're talking about, Micah. Like, they just you're black. You've been essentially persecuted. You've been pulled over because you're black. But like, everything is cool. I don't understand it. And you married a white woman. You didn't really marry the white woman.
All right, I was like, she's from Central Cast.
No, you didn't. Stop. Like, her bag is about to be big as shit.
When
they get that divorce.
She's just
waiting. That fucking check.
She's just waiting for shit to die down so she can be like,
Trump is out of here. Like, all right,
get
the fuck out of here.
They're trying to know January 6th. Well, sounds like it's my time to end the time for the season to end. I think I will not be a
fucking mini series.
Yeah, nigga, this is a fucking limited time offer.
Oh man.
So I know. Okay, if you're a black conservative, you're like, look. Maybe these people did actually eat these animals, right? They'll figure out a way to fucking justify it in their head. So I'll ask you another question, black conservatives. I'm gonna play a clip. This is the conservative editor of the National Review. He's having an interview with Megyn Kelly. You still rock with these guys?
Wow.
Have you guys seen this clip?
We found two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese.
He said that he was trying to say migrants, and he got tongue-tied. Migrants and niggers don't sound alike, yo.
Not to me. Not to me.
Yo, all right, you know what? Haitian niggers, bro. Yeah. With the hard R.
With the hardest of R's. Let's run it one more time, just in case you didn't hear it. I just want to make sure, just so you can hear the migrant part. Right? But that's what he said.
Man.
All right, let's see.
We found two Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking
And it's like, look.
Wow.
Here's the thing. He did that shit
Haitian nigger
on purpose.
migrant.
He did that shit on purpose, right? Because he's smiling. Haitian nigger. I mean, migrants. It's like somebody bet him to do that shit, and he fucking did it.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is? She didn't respond to it. She didn't say anything. They just let the shit rock. She just let it rock.
Megyn Kelly is also just lost her fucking mind. I thought she was a little bit smarter than she actually is. Like that whole tirade she went on fucking what's her name? Taylor Swift was hilarious. I'm like, God damn, fuck you, Taylor Swift, really? Okay, I guess.
Really?
You that mad?
Yeah. I didn't. This is the woman.
She said "F you, Taylor Swift." So.
This is the woman that said Santa Claus can't be black. Is this the woman that you thought was somewhat smart? Broad. Okay.
He can't be white.
That bag must be crazy. Like I wish I had no morals. I swear to God, every day sometimes I'll be like, I wish I could just shit on black people.
Just for money.
Right, because that's all it is, yo.
Like, but again, you hear that as a black conservative. What goes through your mind? You're like, I'm gonna go ahead.
You know what goes through their mind? They're not talking about me.
That's true. That's crazy.
The black conservatives are super duper selfish. They're super self-absorbed and selfish, and they think they're unicorns. You know what I mean? Like they think they're special. They're contrarians by nature.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
And they want to feel special.
Yeah,
they're not talking about me. So and they would say, well, black people call each other niggers all the time. That's the shit they say.
I love. By the way, that guy came out and was like, "I didn't say what you thought I said." It's like,
yes, the fuck you did.
Yes, you did, yo.
You got 99% of the word out, yo. You didn't get the S. Okay, like,
right?
Yeah. He's like, no, I was saying naggers. That's what I was trying. You guys are crazy.
Okay.
So, look, man. It's locked and loaded, man. Like, this is, by the way, he's the first. He will not be the last. Yeah. Somebody else they're gonna let that shit go. I wouldn't be surprised if
they're testing the fences, yo.
Yeah.
They're testing the fences.
Yep.
And so, all you motherfuckers who, Kamala Harris or whatever, okay, all right. I mean, nigga, you better do the right thing come November. Don't sit on your ass.
Yeah, don't sit on your ass. But I'm very intrigued by this idea that this is how scared they are. Right? This feels like sort of the death rattle of a campaign. We're like, I don't know, man. Niggas are eating people's pets and they're grabbing geese out of the park. Like, they don't have anything. And to me, that's very telling, and that's ultimately a good thing. Like, oh, these motherfuckers are super desperate. But also at the same time, they're like, oh, someone keeps trying to take a shot at our guy, and it's not fair. Like, why do you think that is? Could it be the terrible thing?
Like, first of all, it was two people that tried to take a shot. Like, first of all, stop talking shit and niggas won't be shooting at you, dog. Like, look, I'm glad he wasn't shot. But
you've never been much of a liar, Terrence.
Yeah, right. It's just written all over my face. But Kamala Harris and fucking and Biden called him.
Immediately.
They called him. She outed him. I'd be like, fuck this nigga. But I'm not a politician, so I couldn't do it. I'd be like, fuck you. Because he wouldn't have called either of them.
No, 100%.
He wouldn't have called them.
No.
They called him to make sure he was all right. And he was like, yeah, fine. And that's it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't, on the other side, they wouldn't have done it. They still making fun of Paul Pelosi for getting his fucking skull cracked in.
Yeah. You know he had to get a prosthetic arm, by the way? I just found that out today. I didn't know that. Yeah.
The fuck? Because
I guess probably
trying to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
From trying to not get his head caved in from the fucking hammer that the dude had. Yeah, they made fun of that shit. Yeah. Like, what kind of people like?
Yo, Donald Trump Jr. literally tweeted out in between lines of coke, I imagine. I think that sucks. He tweeted out, "I'm tired of having to tell my 5 children that someone keeps wanting to kill their grandpa. I'm like, one, do you even see your kids? Let's knock it off. Between your benders, okay, buddy. But then someone responded. They were like, you're tired of hearing about like violence and stuff? It's like, this is you? You tweeted out like 2 days before that. It was like, got my Halloween costume. It was a hammer and like some like, tighty-whitey underwear. He's like, I'm going as Paul Pelosi. Like the guy who attacked Paul Pelosi. It's like, that was you 2 or 3 days ago. Stop.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Like, stop feigning that you're somehow like above it all and you're against political violence. You guys made up a bullshit story that guy was his lover. And that's why he broke in the house to try to kill him.
They traffic in political violence, right? Like they traffic in it's their whole game plan. It's their modus operandi is to use violence as a weapon to strike fear in voters. And then the only thing they're running the same plays. It's the same plays over and over and over again. Now, granted, Kamala's kind of running the Obama playbook.
Yeah, she is.
Like,
yeah, she's playing like that.
But at least it's not like we're going to kill you. Like, what the fuck?
Right. They're like, yo, we want to come together. It was kumbaya shit. Like, what would you rather? Bash someone's skull in or fucking sit around a campfire with a ukulele singing fucking We Are the World?
Okay, for me personally, I'd rather throw myself.
Like, if I had to choose one,
Wow, amazing. Now you work in hypotheticals.
I'm just saying. Like, I couldn't do it with those two niggas. Fuck them. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But man. I mean, that's true, right? Like, it's very weird. Like, the right's idea of what this election is and like what, like, I'm curious about it, right? Like, how do they see it? And like the way that they talk about it, they're like, this is so aggressive from Harris. And I'm like, look, granted, I'm in a bubble, right? I'm a liberal person, whatever. But I don't recall them being like, yeah, I think it's really great when people get attacked physically with a hammer and shit like that. They don't do shit like that. Oh, then they're now saying the Democrats should no longer talk about Project 2025 because it's putting Trump's life in danger. Trump and his people are the ones who are connected to Project 2025. Democrats aren't making that up out of whole cloth. That's a very real thing. If people don't like the ideas of what's happening in Project 2025, incidentally, that's not the reason that people are taking pot shots at you, then maybe it's a problem with your policies. Hey, spoiler alert, not to be a dick about it, but if Donald Trump did win and he and his team implemented the things in Project 2025, you think 2 times is the only amount of times you're going to get taken a shot at? Okay, buddy. Sure. You go ahead and do it. Try to turn the United States into basically a monarchy and see what would happen to you. You think people are just going to... Look, most people are going to just go about their day and hopefully try to keep their head down and survive. But there are going to be people who are like, all right, I guess this is what we're doing. Like, yo, the country has like 340 million guns. You keep telling people, you keep saying all this crazy rhetoric and giving people more and more access to guns. And then you're shocked because the blowback is coming from your side towards you. You don't have a problem when that blowback comes and hits kids at schools and shit like that. One of the earliest laws that Donald Trump, or one of the first bills that Donald Trump signed into law, allowed for people with mental illness to get guns.
Yeah.
That the Social Security did not have
flag just thrown out the fucking window. Like,
right. That Social Security did not have to basically flag these people, like you're saying, and say, hey, these people are too mentally ill to own guns. They got rid of that. Now, this guy who just took a shot at him recently did not, like he had been charged with something on a state level that banned him from owning guns anyway, right? So he illegally obtained that gun. However, you're still putting into the fucking atmosphere more guns, more guns, more guns, keep cranking up the rhetoric. J.D. Vance said that shootings are, unfortunately, a way of life at this last school shooting. Why should people give a fuck what happens to you?
He really is a garbage person, yo.
He really
is. Like
he might be worse than Trump in a lot of ways. Like, because he has no ability.
He's smarter.
Yeah, he is smart. But like, I'm like, you ain't trying to keep the quiet part low. Like, he's just like saying this shit. Like, all right, dude. Like, it's amazing to me. But you're gonna say that kids dying in school shootings is just a way of life. Who the fuck hears that and goes, yeah, that seems like a completely reasonable thing to say? Like even
from a
as
guy
a
who's
gun
got
owner,
kids, from a guy who's got kids,
right?
And wants people to have more
Or
kids,
right?
And thinks people that don't have kids have fucking mental problems and shit.
Right. Like,
I'm gonna put. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Because he just likes making shit up and like listens to everybody that calls into his fucking office. I'm gonna put on like Facebook and Twitter and fucking TikTok that he beats his wife.
Yeah, why not? You can just say
He's
it.
making shit up at this point, right? Fuck it. I'm gonna put it out there. See what happens. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's a couch fucker, so like,
I think he might actually beat his wife because he's a little fucking crazy. Like he clearly hates women, right? Like, and the shit that he says, he's got a problem with women. So like, which one is crazier? Haitians eating dogs and cats in Springfield, or him beating his wife? I feel like that one is a little bit more fucking believable than the Haitians eating cats. So I'm gonna do it and see what happens.
But you know, all those people
Word
like
on the
fucking
street.
animals, man. All those people like fucking animals.
Look, I saw that documentary. I think we've all seen it. That documentary about that baseball team, Major League, right? That guy, like, come on, that happened. He's the all-state guy, right? Like, it happens. It's true. Like, but it's just, it is unbelievable that people can hear, or maybe they don't pay attention. I mean, that's actually probably more likely that people will be like, I didn't hear nothing about that. Okay, cool. Here's the footage of this person saying that. How are you still supporting them?
That's
that stimulus, yo. Like,
I didn't think. Yo, I can't imagine those two motherfuckers in the White House together. Yo. First of all, they don't talk to each other.
No, they don't
even
talk
to each other. Like he don't even like Trump. Don't even talk to that dude. He's like probably really hates the fact that he chose him, and he doesn't talk to him. He goes out on all of these Sunday morning shows and just says wild shit, and it's just all crazy. Like, do you have impulse control issues? Because why are you saying these things, man?
I think he is just such a
conspiracy
that he thinks that this should make sense.
My conspiracy brain, you know, everybody's got a little bit of conspiracy brain. My conspiracy brain is that the powers that be, let's just call them the authors of Project 2025, right? The real like crazy Republicans, right? They're gonna ride this wave of fanatical Trump support, right? Try to get him in the White House, and then immediately,
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, here's the thing:
cyanide in his fucking
yo. I mean, look, all you got to do is just say, "Hey, drink this," and he'll be like, "Duh, what? Burgers? What? Huh?
Burgers?
Look,
burgers.
Here's some covfefe. What? Covfefe? Put some cyanide in this covfefe. And then they have the real Manchurian candidate that they've been looking for, right?
I mean, in fairness, if Donald Trump keeps eating and living the lifestyle that he currently does, it ain't gonna be long anyway. Like, it's just not. Like, this guy said shootings are a way of life, right? But then Donald Trump gets shot at again, or attempted to be shot at again, and he says, "quote We need to remember above and beyond." That we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated. We must love our God and let it motivate us in how we enact public policy. What are you talking about?
That's what JD Vance said?
Yeah.
We must love our neighbors?
Right.
Yo, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with that man? Yo, he got problems.
Yeah. This dude said a couple of days ago, shootings are a way of life when it comes to kids in schools. But we got to love our neighbors, guys. And, you know, got to pray on it. Like, hey, how about you do real policy that maybe stops school shootings? Nah.
It's weird how these guns that they love so much are the things that's used to take pot shots at fucking Donald Trump. The second guy didn't actually get the shot off. He fucking put his gun through like the bushes at his fucking golf course, which seems kind of funny, honestly, like a cartoon.
They were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, oh shit.
What the fuck? Was like, he ran, jumped in his car and they caught him. But like, yeah, that dude voted for Trump in 2016.
Yep. Sure.
And he was like, "Yo, this dude's a piece of shit." And so then he went on like, Vivek Ramaswamy and fucking what's her name?
Yeah, he supported Tulsi Gabbard at one point, and then he wanted Vivek and Nikki Haley to run together.
Yeah, his political leanings are all over the place. Like I don't know the fuck. And like I think he has some like mental health issues also.
100%.
He shouldn't, like you said, he shouldn't have had a gun. So, but like he voted for Trump. The other kid was a Republican.
Yep.
It's you, dog. Like it's you. Stop saying crazy shit. Like they say, oh wow, this dude is really kind of terrible, and we don't need him again. So it's not us. Like we're just pointing out reality.
Yeah.
You say crazy shit. You have no policies. Like you start talking. Like he was at some convention where they were talking about crypto. I don't know if you've seen the clip.
Yes, I have.
And he's like, "Yo, crypto, it needs like twice the energy, and like we need this twice the energy to work in the state." I'm telling you, like I don't know if you've heard, but we need twice the energy. Crypto, you didn't really crypto. He kept saying crypto because he doesn't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Because he's starting his own like cryptocurrency, and it's like, yo, you're an idiot. You don't know what it does. You don't know what it is. You need double the energy.
Yeah, we need
for it to work. What are you talking about? You fucking
that's
moron.
a bad thing, yo.
Yo, he said in a recent speech about cryptocurrency, he said that if he's reelected, that he will, I shit you not, about Bitcoin, that if he's reelected, they will mine and mint Bitcoins in the U.S. He thinks they're real coins. He thinks they're real coins, like a fucking dime. He thinks, oh yeah, the problem is they're minting the coins overseas. It's digital currency, you dumb fuck.
I'm gonna need these interviewers or these people, these reporters or whatever, that are like, yo, stop them. But like, yo, do you know what Bitcoins are? Like, can you? Again, like at the NABJ, it's like, do you know what DEI is?
Why don't you tell me what it is? Why don't you say it?
He couldn't answer the question. But back to Vance and his races, like, like you guys have said, it's the same playbook over and over again. And like, I really need folks to understand, like, they don't care about you. I don't know if we're gonna have any like black Republicans are listening to this or whatever, but like they legitimately, I understand you don't like Democrats because they lie to you about stuff that they're going to do. But the thing is, like, you vote them in and then you don't vote the rest down ballot to get like the House and the Senate to come so they can actually get shit done. So you like, again, you don't know how fucking government works. And I understand that, like, it feels like they're lying to you all the time, but Republicans don't help you. They never have.
They don't even try.
They don't even try to help you. They get in the office and then they at least they don't, I guess you could say they don't lie to your face. And then once they get in, they just fuck you over. Like, again, Trump didn't do shit in his last fucking term. All he did was give all his homeboys fucking tax cuts. And that trickle-down economic shit did not work.
It never has.
Like, it just so happened that he got a good economy when he came in, and then he destroyed it. Just like they always do. That's why you felt like you were making more money, because the economy was doing pretty all right.
Yeah, and you don't give any credit.
Like, all you have to do is Google. Right. The nigga that was in prior to him that fixed the shit that was broken from the previous Republican. I hate this country sometimes.
But by the way,
half this country is retarded. I'm sorry. Look, I know I'm not supposed to say that, but goddamn, yo.
You're not.
They are. I'm sorry. It's stupid.
I do think that there is a lot of collective mental illness, if I'm being honest. I'm not going to play it because it's 6 minutes, but I would just like to point out that Donald Trump recently he did another speech where he's talking about bringing water from Canada to California.
Yo, with the big faucet.
Yes. Have you heard of this? So
I saw it yesterday.
Yo, he goes on to a 6-minute rant how there is, and like, he's not being metaphorical. He's saying quite literally that there is a giant faucet that they can turn on, like a sink faucet, like just like a big
like
one,
a
right?
spigot.
Yeah, like quite literally. It's just, you just fucking get a couple guys, you turn this big fucking, double dare size faucet on, and that brings fresh Canadian water down to California. And when he's president, they're going to turn the faucet on. Like, that's what he's saying. But Joe Biden needed to drop out. Joe Biden needed to drop out.
It's like you turn the thing and it turns like a turret, and then the faucet turns this way, and then the water comes through the faucet and it comes down to California. And you can, like, all of this dry land, all the water will be in fucking California. So, because you gotta, like, you can only use 60 gallons a day or some shit like that. You wouldn't need that because, like, you just turn the faucet on and it'll work. And I'm gonna make sure the faucet is turned this way instead of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
To get fresh Canadian water. I'm like,
but
send this nigga to a mental asylum that he thinks.
Let me ask you a question.
I can read some of the quotes. It's insane.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all are a little more.
I think he wants to lose at this point.
I think this part.
He don't want to be president. He don't want to be.
No,
president.
That's too much work.
No,
but do you think that the party would do what the Democratic Party did?
No,
and just kind of push him out, or is his cult of personality too strong that it would be a backlash, even if he bowed out and endorsed Vance? Like, this is a good guy. He, as far as I'm concerned, he is me.
No,
I think they'd go for that.
No,
I'll
tell you what.
His cult.
Yeah. No. Like if Trump bowed out, because he obviously
out, or they would just
they wouldn't vote.
Go ahead, sorry.
Like, he obviously doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't. He
can't.
He's been look. You say what you want about that guy. There's been an attempt on his life a couple times. That changes you, yo. Like, he don't want to do this.
It's supposed to.
Right. He don't want to do this. He won't say it, right? Because you can't admit defeat.
Yeah,
but he does not.
You got to be a strong man, right?
Right. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do this, and he don't even believe in half of this shit. He's just saying. That's why he doesn't. That's why he's not as good as he was last time in bullshitting people. Like, he can't even, like you said, he can't even come up with, like, bullshit off the fly, and that's his gift, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
his political win. Yeah.
Right. And he can't even do that anymore because he's just kind of out of it, and he doesn't want to do it. So you don't think he would, if he endorsed, Vance, you don't think his people would be like, okay, Vance is our guy?
No,
I don't even think they like Vance, honestly.
No, they don't. That's the thing. They don't.
He has no personality, yo. He has the
asshole.
He has the personality of those robots from the Alien franchise, yo. Like, just a fucking he's just a fucking automaton.
I mean, I would argue David has more of a personality. He could play music. No, I don't think. I mean, one, yes, the party does not like Vance, or the bulk of the cult does not like Vance. The other part of it is he's a massive narcissist. So even though he doesn't want to still do this, he can't admit defeat. He is his personal brand is he is never wrong, right? Like, one of the weirdest fucking things about him, I just saw a clip the other day. It reminded me of it because I remember seeing it back in 2016. They asked him when he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm religious." Like, yeah, 2 Corinthians, yeah, the whole thing. Whatever, idiots, just vote for me. But they asked him, "Have you ever asked God for forgiveness?" And he said no. And Christians were like, "This is our guy." I'm like, nigga, like, come on. Even I know if I'm gonna lie, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, all the time, yeah." God is good all the time, or whatever the fucking lines are. But I'm not gonna say I've never asked for forgiveness. That's insane.
It amazes me what he picks and chooses to lie about. Like, half of everything you say is a lie, and the other half is an embellished truth.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't lie about that. Like,
yeah, like, but that's how much of a narcissist he is, because the idea of asking, even admitting, even in a lie, asking God for forgiveness would be him bowing to someone. He's quite literally incapable of it, even within the lies. Like, lower than God, but I'm God. Like, in his mind, right? Like that's kind of how he operates. So, like, he's such a massive narcissist that I don't think that he could find a way to step down. Like, one of his biggest fears, and he's admitted this, is like he doesn't want to be maimed or like disfigured. Dude, you got bullets whizzing past your head. Even if you survive, you're in a world of trouble after that, right? You're going to look different. You're going to be fucked up and all this other shit. Even that can't get him to be like, you know what? Fuck this. Any normal person would be like, 2 times?
Right.
You know what?
We're only in the middle of September, my guy.
Right. Yeah, right.
You still got a month and a half left.
You couldn't get me out of that fucking. You couldn't get me out of Mar-a-Lago. I'll be like, nah. You press conference.
Y'all got to come to me for the rest of the goddamn.
Like, I'm doing these over Zoom.
I'm not going nowhere.
I'm doing these over Zoom in a locked room. Leave me alone.
It's got to be a pain in the ass fucking protecting that dude, because it's like I just need to go golfing, just randomly. I got golfing, so like it's just unprompted. I want to go to my golf course. All right, well, I guess.
Great,
round up, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Like, we gotta protect this dumb fuck. I guarantee they don't want to do this. They don't want to do it.
No.
They don't like that motherfucker either. But they have to. It's their job. I mean, no way in hell. I'll be like, I resign. Fuck you. I'm not.
Oh shit! There's a guy in the bushes.
Asshole.
Right.
Like,
I didn't see anything, right? But like the thing is, fundamentally, to answer Micah's question, like, I think he's gonna be there until he dies. Like, hopefully that's some old age or whatever. But no, I think if he loses this time, if and when he loses, I hope he does lose.
Fingers crossed.
If that dude is still alive in 2028, he will run again. Because the second that race is over, and not in prison, look, he'll run from prison. He don't give a fuck. Like, Republicans will be like, yeah, no, this is the guy. The second this race is over, if he loses, that is the start of the 2028 race for him. Immediately. He is not going to back down. He's just going to keep going. And as long as he has the control of that party, they don't have the balls to be like, get the fuck out of here. Why? I don't know. Because they don't want to lose. I'm like, you keep losing with him. I don't understand.
You've lost the last 6 years, though. What are you talking about? Like, you keep losing.
I know. But in their mind, what they're terrified of is all the people who never voted before, who came out for him, those people go back away. And they can't afford it, right? Like, the truth be told, and, this is not to be a dick about it, a whole lot of old people died during COVID, and that's a lot of the Republican constituency. That's the thing. People are like, you're so sure Democrats are going to win. Yo, they've lost well over 1 million people from just general boomers dying and COVID that would be a part of the voting populace for Republicans. Meanwhile, Democrats have gained like 40 million Americans who would be statistically more likely to vote Democrat have entered into the age of voting. Okay, you can pretend like those things don't matter, but they super matter. And boomers are dying at a fucking clip. And because they have only really tried to reach out to older folks for the most part, they're starting to, go after young people in the last couple of years. Their party is dying. And that's why you're seeing shit like, we got to scare these old white people to get their asses out to vote. They're terrified. And they fucking
is JD Vance their ploy to get young people?
He's hip, he's cool. He's the new Trump, guys.
All right. How
long you been here? Okay. Really? Okay. How long you been here?
Yeah. I'll take a donut.
Whatever's normal.
One of those.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Go crazy.
Well, whatever. What are those normal donuts? Hey, I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. I have a.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, so
I want to be on camera. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, I don't want to be on
camera. Right. Like, stop chatting me up, yo. I'm working.
How long this place been here? It's like, bro. Nigga, what do you want to
how long this place
out of my face, bro? Like,
it's a Dunkin' Donuts, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Forever. It's been here forever.
Yo, he's only 40, dog. He's only 40 years old. Like, you should be a little bit more fucking cooler than that, dog. Like,
He's not.
What the fuck? What's going on? Like,
meanwhile,
he's a millennial.
He's a millennial. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Tim Walz is like walking in. People are like, I love this guy. He seems cool. It's like, the 60-year-old white dude is eating your lunch. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
It's so bizarre, man. These people, I couldn't imagine being an old white person and like just being so afraid of everything, but also being the tough they're supposed to be the tough party, right? Party of personal responsibility and toughness and cowboys and all this other shit. But you say one thing and then they flip the fuck out.
Yeah, they are the biggest.
Drag story time makes them cry, and they want the laws passed to like fuck with people's lives. Yep. Small government, but like you can't have an abortion. Well, you're gonna have to give me you got to give me a fucking list of all the women that are trying to have abortion in the state. We're gonna throw them in jail. Small government, but
Well, as the saying goes, small enough to fit in a woman's uterus. Yeah, I mean, but it's true, right? Like they are not. They are not
attention to what they're doing, people. Jesus Christ, man.
Right, like, but we got that stimulus check, so that's all that matters. Like, one,
I hate them niggas.
Let me be honest. Let me be very honest and very forthright here. People who make the argument, black people who make the argument that the stimulus check is like their number one thing, that's why they're supporting Trump. Those niggas don't vote. They don't vote.
That's true.
They don't vote. Like it's annoying to watch those videos. They don't vote because they make arguments of, Obama didn't do anything specifically for black people, and then they give Trump credit for getting a stimulus check. One, he didn't do that. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats did that out of the House, but they give him credit. But the stimulus check wasn't just for black people. So you hold black people at an unfair standard when they're president, but you give a white man a bunch of credit like some sort of fucking coon. Get the fuck out. You don't vote.
You really don't.
I welcome your
comment.
comment.
Again, like I said earlier, it feels like Democrats lie to you all the time. But again, you don't vote, first of all. And second of all, you just don't vote the right people in so they can actually get the promises or the goals that they want to try to push through done. So they can't. Like, they have all this, like, especially now, like the Republicans just do nothing but like block everything. They have no policy. Just like, your policy, go fuck yourself. We got the House. No,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nope,
what's your policy? No. Anti whatever your policy is. That's
exactly. And it's fucking obnoxious. And nothing gets done. It's like she's got this whole I keep forgetting what that was called, the opportunity economy. But again, like, if you don't get the other people in there that she needs to get whatever policies and bills that she wants to pass through, she's gonna look like a liar. And then you're gonna be mad at the black woman because she didn't do nothing for you.
Yep. By the way,
if you fucked up part.
By the way, if you go to donaldjtrump.com/issues, that's a list of his policies. These aren't policies, guys. I don't know if people know what a policy is. Like, policies have details. Like, they don't have policies. Rebuild the greatest economy in history. Fair trade for
what
America.
Does that mean?
What does that mean? Right. What does it mean? Right.
Tariff on everything.
Yeah. He's right. We're just going to put tariffs on everything. Y'all complaining about the economy. We're going to put blanket tariffs on everything from China.
It's like,
really?
Again, people don't know how tariffs work. Like, okay, a tariff is a tax on this is a quick econ 101. Tariff is a tax on foreign goods. If you tax everything, like the comparable goods in the United States, no one's gonna like. What the thing is, like, you want to put a tariff on certain things. Like, if something is comparable in China to something in the United States, you want them to buy U.S. If you put blanket shit on everything, certain things that are not made in the United States, they're just not. Certain things we don't grow, so the prices are going to skyrocket on shit that doesn't get made out here, and it's going to go to the fucking consumer. You talk about inflation now? Okay, that's his plan. 20% tariffs on everything in China. Nigga, what? Like, what are you like? Cool. All right. Good job.
Good luck. That's the luck.
Rebuild the economy. Somebody was like, yeah, if he does that, then we'll be able to build American and we'll buy American. I'm like, but they don't want to do that. Like,
we're not a manufacturing economy.
Don't want to do that.
We're not a manufacturing economy. The U.S. is not. You're not getting your like. They're not building a bunch of like random products.
They're not making iPhones here. They're not making iPhones in the U.S. That's not going to happen.
No, it's the reason that we
cost $30,000 if they do that.
Yeah, get ready to get your old flip phone back. Did you like the Razor? It won't be that nice. Okay, you won't be able to afford it because the cost of living.
Razor.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, the cost of living in the United States is much higher. We have a standard of living, right? We don't want people living in abject squalor. Now, do some people live like that? Yes, unfortunately, because it's a capitalist society. But overall, we have a much higher standard of living inside the U.S. versus other countries. The reason that things are cheaper in China is because the cost of living there is significantly less. So they can build things for significantly less. So if you go, well, why don't we just build all the fucking shit here? Yeah. And then the stuff is more expensive because you have to pay for insurance and all of these other things that we enjoy. So you can either say we should continue exploiting those countries because that's what we're doing, or you can pay more. Now, if you want to pay more and I want to buy American everything, I would call you a massive hypocrite and a liar. But sure, let's go with that. And then you can pay astronomical prices for everything. You don't want to buy American on everything. Get the fuck out of here. No, you don't. No. They don't even, some places, some people buy American flags from made in foreign countries. Like
made in Taiwan.
Yeah. Do you remember when the Make America Great shit first started? All of his hats and shit, they were made in China. And then they were like,
"Oh, cheapest shit." He's gonna find the cheapest person in the world to do it, not America.
Yeah,
like it's wherever you can make it the cheapest. He don't even pay his workers. Come on, man. You think he's for the worker,
right.
man?
The nigga that notoriously welches on deals and shit.
Right.
And well, he came out today and was like, "We're not going to tax Social Security. That's what I'm going to do for you." And people were like, "Oh, that's a pretty good idea. Donald Trump's real smart." Hey, is he? Is he? You sure about that? Because the party he's a part of wants to cut Social Security. Did you read? Did you Google anything? No, you didn't.
You've been trying to do that for a long time.
Right. No, he just spoon-fed you a bunch of bullshit and you lapped it up like a fucking loser. Read, man. It's on the internet. The shit is free. The shit is free.
Like, yo, you have hard. The strongest. Yo, you have the strongest computers in your fucking pocket, 24/7.
And by the way,
you got to do. It's like, hey, does this make sense? Just type it in, and you just
look and look. I
source
know
it 3 or 4 times just to make sure.
Right.
Because like, there's a whole bunch of nonsense.
And I know people are going to say, "Well, how do you know which source or whatever?" Here's an idea. The new version of ChatGPT is pretty fucking good. Just search on there and be like, "Did this happen? Give me 5 different sources from like varied sources." They give you articles straight up from conservative and liberal sources. You can read the details and figure out which one is real between them. You can do that. It's not that hard. You can figure it out. You have access to all of human information, and people are like, "I don't know. Is it in a science book? I don't care. Is the earth round?"
Are they really eating cats and dogs?
Right. Like, what are we doing right now? So
we literally live in idiocracy. It's amazing.
It's the new dark ages, Like it's legitimately dark ages thinking. I saw a guy doing an interview. He was doing like what he thought was a legitimate interview. It was like a conservative guy. And he says, he was like, "Okay, you're looking at the sky is blue. If scientists came out and said, actually, the sky is purple, do you believe the scientists or do you believe your eyes?" And the guy was like, "Well, I would want to know what their reasoning is. And maybe there is a reason why I'm, as a human being, seeing it as a different color than it actually is, right?" And the guy's like, so you would just believe a science? He was like, "No, I would read up on it and try to figure out why they believe it." He was like, there are color spectrums that we cannot see with the human eye. It's like, "Do you agree with that?" And the guy's like, "I mean, yeah, it's like in a science book, but why would I care?" It's like, that's literally dark ages thinking, dude. That you think just because
it's in a science book, but why would I care?
That's what he said.
It's in a science book or whatever, bro.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was like, this is like literally dark ages thinking. Is that you couldn't possibly learn more. Like that. That's stupid. Like, okay, I mean, I guess. Best of luck with the whole flat Earth thing. Like,
and this
they're like,
why
why are other countries beating us at things? Because they don't
have a chance to win. The rest of the world is probably sitting there looking at us like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, what is going on?"
In Russia, who's helping seed all of this fucking nonsense into the main line of the United States, is like, it's working like a charm. They're idiots. Holy shit. They think the Earth is flat. The country that sent people to the moon first thinks the Earth is flat. Wow. Okay.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, man, these guys are scared. They're scared. That's why they're saying this shit. Because this is the type of shit that works up old, scared white people. And they're desperate to get old, scared white people out to vote. Haitians are eating dogs. They're coming for your kids. All that other shit. They're scared. And guess what? They fucking should be. Because I think they're actually going to get a pretty decent drubbing in this election, I hope.
I would hope so. So they can't say it was fucking... But they're already sowing the seeds of it being rigged.
Yeah.
No, you just got to win. You got to win big in enough states that it's like, we just legally don't have the money to do this, to fight it. Like, good. Go sit down so the adults in the room can fucking move on. But yeah, I'm fascinated by the idea that people listen to this guy and think, yeah, no, this is totally reasonable viewpoints. Like, okay. I mean, I guess it is, bro. Like, I guess. But hey, JD Vance is
I hate it here. I really want to fight that dude, like for real, like legitimately. I want to fight him. I haven't seen him say anything that
not even remotely reasonable. Not even remotely reasonable. I'll just say this quote: "You have millions of gallons of water pouring down from the north with the snow caps in Canada, all pouring down. All they have, and they have a very large faucet." You turn the faucet and it takes 1 day to turn it. It's massive. And you turn that and all the water goes aimlessly to the Pacific. And if they turned it back, all of the water would come right down here, right into Los Angeles. Vote for me, California. I'm going to give you safety. I'm going to give you a great border, and I'm going to give you more water than almost anybody has. He believes it's a real faucet. One that's pointed at
like, is he talking about like a dam?
No, it's a faucet. Don't be stupid, Micah. It's a real faucet.
Yo, I can't believe that. Like, that sounds like something a Morton Joe would say. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, they have faucets, but that's what they pour the water onto the poor, dirty white people in Australia.
Yeah, this is some fucking Mad Max type shit. You know? Like. All right, man.
He was like, you turn the faucet and it takes 1 day to turn it. By the way, he doesn't say it takes 1 day to turn it on. Right? He's saying like they physically like, oh shit, here we go.
It's like a turret. And you turn it like it's a giant faucet the size of a building that you turn, because he said it's like the size of that building back there, and you turn it and then you turn it on, and then like we'll have fresh water coming into California, and you won't have to worry about like conserving water anymore.
No, hold on. It'll be
coming from the snow caps and like, from Canada.
Listen to Skeptical Joe over here, you fucking anti-science asshole. This guy doesn't believe in giant faucets.
So he says he's going to turn it on, but like
it's usually turned towards the Pacific Ocean, Micah. So it's just wasting water.
So all the water just rushes into the Pacific Ocean. So he wants to turn it so that the water rushes into California, like
down mountain. Yeah, like down
exactly, yeah. You know, you ever play a video game where you have to like kill the blight in a certain level, and then all of a sudden it becomes beautiful? That's what's gonna happen.
It's like SimCity.
You turn the faucet. Yeah, you turn the faucet on, and then it comes down to California, and then California to become a utopia because like it's got more water now. No more forest fires.
Yeah, they got all the faucet water they can drink.
Fucking idiot, though.
But Joe Biden had to drop out because he stuttered once, and they're like, "No, this guy's fine. He believes in a giant faucet." Like, did he see an AI?
Why is this?
Did he see?
Why do we live? What are we doing? What are we doing?
A goat jumped into the Hadron Collider and fucked the timeline up. I truly believe it. There's no other explanation.
This is insanity. And people are just still coming to his rallies and just cheering on this nonsense. He just starts rambling on. I don't know what the fuck is going on. He just starts rambling and just talking about fucking insane asylums. Again, the whole situation with insane asylums. He thinks seeking asylum means they're coming from asylums from other fucking countries. So yeah, they're crazy people.
But why would they be seeking to go back to an insane asylum?
They want to be in the better ones in America. That's why.
Right. Because they have all the fresh water from the faucets we keep turning on from Canada. Also, windmills kill whales and cause cancer. Jesus. Micah, it's like you refuse to keep up. Like, it's really sad. You need to be an informed voter. Yeah, these guys are for real. But people go, yeah, but like, what's Kamala's policies?
It's
I don't know,
listen
man.
to what
Probably
we're saying.
not a giant faucet.
We sound crazy repeating what this motherfucker is saying, but people are like sitting there like, yo, this makes a lot of sense. This makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And we're just repeating exactly what he's saying. And people listening to this is like, yo, there's no way in hell he possibly said that. You Google it and like, yeah,
Yo,
there it is.
it's video.
Oh,
there's
wow,
a
he really
6-minute
said that
video
shit.
of this dude going.
Yes, I saw that yesterday. I was like, yeah, you have got to be kidding me, dog. That's no way he. Is this AI? Like, no, it isn't. Okay.
I actually, there's a guy I follow. He talks about politics. He's a Canadian guy. And that's exactly what he said. He was like, when I first heard what this was, he was like, I figured it wasn't real. And then he started playing. I was like, is this AI? This is not real. Like, oh shit, it is real. Like,
I've been doing that a lot lately because I'm like, I when you posted that, I hate, what was it? I hate Taylor Swift meme or tweet or whatever. I'm like, that's not real. And so I went to his actual page. I'm like, no, it's real. Okay. At 7:55 in the morning, this nigga's screaming at the top of his lungs, I hate Taylor Swift. Nigga, go to bed.
Like, are you okay? Like, are you okay?
It's
He
like,
woke up,
like,
had a Diet
Brittany
Coke,
Mahomes.
and just was like,
So what about Taylor Swift did he think? Did any of them think that she leans right?
Well, there were some AI videos that said that she was going to support Trump a few weeks ago, and he was like, thank you, Taylor Swift, for endorsing me. This was like 2 weeks ago on his
those
Truth
images
Social.
Yeah.
And he's like, thanks for the Taylor Swift tweet. I mean the endorsement, and she's like, oh really? You don't? And okay, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. I got a cat. I'm a childless cat lady. Suck my dick. And she's like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. And then a week later, fuck you, Taylor Swift, from Megyn Kelly. And I hate Taylor Swift from him. And he's like, well, I rather like Brittany Mahomes. She's cool. She's a Trump supporter. And now she's like,
yeah, she's getting ready to pull her endorsement too. Like,
you're about to pull hers. Like this.
Keep
nigga.
my name the fuck.
You know why? Because she don't want to get ostracized. She don't want to.
Right.
She don't want to be like, oh, yeah, she liked that life, man. She don't want to be.
Yeah.
Her husband's a black quarterback too. Like, nah, yo.
Sounds like Trump. Oh, he does.
Shut your old ass up.
He kind of looks like him too.
Yeah, he kind of does.
The same hairstyle. But yeah, like you. Again, like you can say, why are people getting mad at me for my political leanings? Like if it was like a normal Republican, no one would be mad at you. This is not normal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
If you're a black Republican and
if you're MAGA, I'm even if you're a black Republican, like, look, okay, whatever, like fiscal responsibility, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck, fine. But like, if you're a MAGA black Republican, fuck
it's
off.
Weird,
like,
man.
no, you're a coon.
Yeah, but it's super fucking weird, right? Because you guys have never, like, you see all these young black dudes who are like, oh yeah, they're all MAGA this, all that. None of you supported like Mitt Romney. Like, you weren't in this shit before, right? You're doing it.
You're all automatons because you all look the same. You all dress the same. You got the same fucking look. Like, you're not individuals.
We're free.
You do this whole fucking, you put on like these goddamn, you put on like white blackface or whatever the fuck you want. It's weird, man.
It's
very
very
you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like, yo, be yourself, man. This is not you. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop playing on my fucking face. Like, you just.
And the funny thing is, when this whole MAGA shit ends, or at least when Trump's hold of it goes away, it will be very interesting to see, especially a lot of these black celebrities or black adjacent celebrities, like what's the one who's got the fucking Amber Rose. Like, it'll be interesting to see how she tries to slide her ass right back into black culture. And I will happily be one of the first people to be like, no, you need to take your fucking egg-headed ass and go back over there with them. Go back over there. No. You don't want to be over here. You made all your money and all your fame by being in black culture. And then, as the woman said in Deliverance, you want to pretend to be down with niggas until it's time to be down with niggas, right? Like, you didn't give a fuck about black people then, and you don't now. And it is even more clear now. Like, you're siding with this guy. You think this guy is fucking cool? No, he's paying.
He doesn't even know
to
who
stand
you
next to him.
are.
No, he didn't even know who
I don't
that
even
Latin
know who
dude
you
was.
are.
That Latin pop star or whatever. It was like, yeah, she's hot, and it was like,
He's
dude.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, they was roasting the shit. Like, yo, they think you a bitch, nigga. He thinks you a bitch.
They roasted his ass. And guess what?
He's like, oh, I'm gonna pull my endorsement now. Like,
he's trying to pull his endorsement, and a bunch of other Latin performers that he was supposed to like go on tour with were like, nah, we're
they're
good.
like,
Fuck off. Yeah. You're isolating yourself from your own community for what?
He's poison. He's poison. Like you look, man, you can go ahead and follow that nigga all you want to. Like when all is said and done, he's no longer there. We're forgiving, but like, nah, I'm gonna remember you. I'm gonna remember your face, dog. I don't forgive. I don't forget, and I don't forgive. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Look, like you're a coon for the rest of your life for me, dog.
And look,
like because you just sold your own people out.
Here comes another unpopular opinion. I don't fuck with Lil Wayne. Sorry. Why isn't he getting the Super Bowl? This motherfucker's a Trump supporter. No. Fuck him.
Hey, because he pardoned him.
Yeah.
That's another reason why niggas like.
He pardoned Kodak
Lil
Black.
Wayne and
Kodak
like.
Black.
Well, first of all, again, pardon is an admission of guilt. So he pardoned Lil Wayne and he pardoned fucking what's his name, Kodak Black. That ugly ass nigga. So
Kodak Black says that black women are ugly. I ain't got no time for that picking any ass nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Like,
He can go.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
He's a solid.
That nigga's he needs help. Like he's in
Kodak as in the camera.
Yes.
K-O-D-A-K.
Oh Lord, what the? All right. I gotta go to sleep after this show.
Right.
Yeah, he pardoned those two guys. It's like, see, he care about black folks. It's like, no, he doesn't. He just said, hey, let me pardon these two niggers so y'all can fucking get behind me. That's all he did. Because he's like, what can I do to make these people like me?
Yep.
IVF? Oh, I'm not going to get rid of IVF. I'm going to make fucking the insurance companies pay for IVF. Meanwhile, Republicans like threw that bill out today, matter of fact, for IVF. That happened today.
See?
And they were like, he don't speak for us. Fuck that. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in anything. And again, like any black Republicans listening to this, know what's going on. I know we're just yammering on, but like you have to understand. Just read, yo.
No, comment. I want
to hear again. I've already told you what you're going to tell us. Democrats be lying. That's all you got. Like Democrats be lying. That's all you gonna say.
If there are any smart ones, right? Like I don't want to hear from dumb black conservatives. You know what I mean?
Too late.
Like I, you're a little learned. You know what I mean?
Look,
like, that's what I want to.
Yeah, I just want to hear what policies you guys like from fucking Trump.
I don't want to hear from the guy in the white shirt that says "Blacks for Trump" on it. Like I don't want to hear from that guy. You know what I mean?
That guy's a cult member, by the way.
Like I just want to hear a detailed policy that Trump has put out that's going to help you. Since like Democrats don't help black
as a black
person.
person.
I just want to as a black person. What is he going to implement that's going to help you? Like tax cuts to the rich, so maybe one day you'll be a rich person and like
I'm going to deport 11 million illegals. That'll fix it.
And send them back to Venezuela. Huh?
Well,
so
when
the Haitians came from the southern border.
Yeah, right.
So they went from Haiti, went to Mexico, and came up from the southern border and made their way to Ohio. Is that what the fuck happened?
They're in one of those mystery caravans that only shows up around election time for a Republican.
Right, exactly. And then
it fades away on November 5th.
Just, like a goddamn mirage. All right, man.
They're coming over the horizon. Never mind. Like, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's just fucking
really
nonsense.
Thirsty. Yeah.
But again, he doesn't have any policies. Like every accusation is an admission. They keep hammering on that Kamala Harris doesn't have any policies. She literally has a shit ton of policies with details on her website. Trump doesn't have any policies. He has a wish list. Those are two very different things.
He has concepts of policies.
Yeah, I have concepts of a policy.
That nigga said he had concepts of a plan for healthcare. Yo, We've been asking for one for like 8 years, and he still doesn't have a healthcare plan. Get out of my face. So get out of my face. What was I supposed to do? Fix it or let it rot? You didn't do either. You fucked it up and then left it. Cool, thanks. You took away the mandate. Well, that wasn't fair to people. You could, help expand it across the country. That would have helped people. Yeah, but I'm not in the business of helping others.
I don't want to help people. Like since Biden, I know a lot of people say Biden haven't done it. Like 20 million people have gotten put on fucking health insurance since Biden came into office. That's a lot of fucking people.
He wiped out my wife's student debt.
Yeah, nigga, your wife went to law school.
Oh, so you got you were one of the 10% that got their student debt wiped out.
Yeah, like her student debt got wiped out, and she had a lot of student debt. Well,
I know she's
example A.
Yeah, but
I know one person that got their student loan debt.
I know a number of people who did. So it this idea of you like it's willful ignorance, right? Like it at this point it has to be just willful ignorance. But no, that whole like I got a stimmy from Trump. These people don't vote. They don't vote. And if you do vote and you're that dumb, you shouldn't vote. Like at that point, you just shouldn't vote. If you're that uninformed.
Just stay the fuck home.
Just stay the fuck home. Like,
the whole it's people don't even like to get up to vote. So the fact that people would be like being cheating voting doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like they cheated. Like niggas don't want to vote. People don't like standing in line for hours to vote, but they do it because like it's their civic duty. Like people, if they could just do it from home, they would do it. But like some places are making it like Republicans are making it very difficult. Like, and I don't think you can vote from home in Texas. I think you have to vote in person in Texas.
Yep, and they make the lines
fucking huge.
And they make the lines where places that have Democratic populations, like in Houston, they make it absolutely miserable. Right?
Yeah, every time there's really an election, hard.
Every time there's an election, the Georgia lines are 8 hours long. That's crazy. In the black areas,
like
not in the white areas.
Vote if I had to sit in that fucking 8 hours. I'm not going to be 100% honest with you.
Yo, 8 hours is a fucking line.
I don't like no lines. Hell no. Like,
that's longer than Mike and I stood in line to watch Star Wars. Get out of here. That was
nah, man, I wouldn't do it. I don't have that kind of.
And a lot of people.
But yeah, they making it so difficult. And then what's that law that they put in Georgia where they can just be like, I don't think this is real, so I'm gonna just throw it out.
Yeah, well, basically,
they can essentially do that.
They basically said that the idea is that if they determine like a bunch of votes, like in a certain area or whatever, are kind of bullshit, they can just call into question and be like, well, let's hold on, like we don't have to basically certify the vote from this district or whatever. Yeah. Look for that to be a problem on.
But there's no criteria to what the fuck they're thinking. Like, no. But there's like, we just believe that these votes are fucking suspect, so we're just gonna hold them. Yeah.
But that's why it's important.
This is the type of shit that they're doing,
right? But this is why it's important for Democrats to win everywhere in so many places, because it's like, well, the Georgia ballots are a fucking mess or whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? We've already won. We got 325 fucking electoral college votes. Who gives a shit, right? And you can just move on, right? But if it's close, then shit like that really matters. It still matters. But look, even Brian Kemp, the governor, was like, I don't approve of this shit, right? He's trying to stop it. But the people who are in charge of that board, 2 of them, like or 3 out of the 4 or something like that, are like pro-Trump people. So you can guarantee it's going to be on some bullshit. You can guarantee it will.
Yeah, and this is the racism that the Republicans are doing. Like Democrats want everybody to vote. Like, look, if you could vote on your computer, they would let you do the shit. But like,
of course,
Republicans are like, yo, we can't win like that. We have to cheat. We have to literally cheat.
They just tried in
do
Texas.
Whatever we can so we can win the electoral college. Unfortunately, it's really like the electoral college skews Republican.
It does.
The way the country is set up, like we have to work harder. Like Democrats have to work harder to win. We always win the fucking popular vote. The only time we didn't win the popular vote in the last like 40 years, or in the last 30 years.
George W. Bush.
George Bush, the second time in 2004.
Yeah, he won.
Like after 9/11. Yeah, he won.
Which
the
makes sense
because they blew up 2 buildings. But yeah, like it's harder for us to win because we have to win the electoral college, and like those bumfuck states that honestly shouldn't fucking matter. Like they do because
there's
still
9 people.
But like ain't nobody in those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They get more fucking power because ain't no people in them.
Yeah, land
is fucked up. But you know, that's just we're not a true democracy.
No,
America's not a actual true democracy. It's
well, not in that
fucked
sense.
up.
Not in that sense.
Yeah, like not in like popular vote. Every other place that has democracy, yeah, you win by the popular vote. There's no fucking.
Yeah, you know, like in the states where we elect governors, like we were like, it's mob rule if you do it nationally. I'm like, isn't it mob rule in the states? Y'all motherfuckers don't have a problem with that. Like, well, I mean, it's because we can win some of those. Yeah, of course, you're fucking hypocrites.
We have to vote.
Yes, give a fuck. But at the end of the day, don't buy into this fucking 1904 bullshit about Haitians and other immigrants that are just being othered because they look different. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. It ain't nothing new. Yeah. There's nothing new under the sun. So there you go. Oh, by the way, Texas Civic Group wants judge to block Ken Paxton's investigation into voter registration efforts. Yeah, he was just going to be like, no new people get to register. Why? Because reasons. Because it's devastating to our case. That's it. That's it.
You can't make this shit up, though.
Yeah.
Why, dude? Like, it's insane. You don't see any of this on the Democrat side. Yeah. None of it. Just to try and stop people from voting because you know you can't win without fucking making it incredibly difficult. That should tell you everything you need to know.
It's a fundamental. To me, that's a fundamental. The people who don't want more people to vote, like more citizens to vote, that's the problem group. That's not the guys with the solutions. That's the problem group. Yeah, he in Texas, Ken Paxton used unfounded claims that Democrats are allowing non-citizens into the country so they can vote in large numbers.
You can't vote. You can't vote if you're fucking an illegal immigrant. You can't. What are they gonna walk to the polls, go in there and be like, "What's your name?" I ain't no black. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say.
These people come here, they can't speak the language, they barely have shoes on, but they're just walking in the voting booths, just voting with no problems. Like, no one's asking
to work that way. They're not going to get a fucking letter in the mail to vote because they don't have I think this works. They're lying to you, you know? Like, God damn it, man. Okay. This shit is so frustrating.
Again,
I'm pretty sure the fucking Haitians in Springfield can't vote.
No, they're not American.
They can't vote. There's 15,000, but they're not actually. They can't vote. They're not gonna vote because they can't.
Yeah, some municipalities allow non-citizens to vote. There are a few municipalities that allow that, but it's like local. You can do like local elections, like, hey, who's gonna be the fucking alderman or whatever. Like you could do that.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, whatever. But like, not the fucking federal.
No, you're not voting for who's the senator for your state or the. Shut up.
Ugh. Yo, learn how government works. That's it.
Yeah, well, that would require reading. Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to read. Just they have.
You don't have to read. Yo, just there you go. They got the little voice that you can press so they can read the article for you. If you want. You know what I'm saying?
You could be super lazy and learn a lot. That's how I read books. So yeah,
that's how I read books. Shit. Yeah. That's how I read books. Articles I read by myself. Books I can't. My brain don't work that way.
Depends on the article. My brain don't work well enough for that. Depends on the article. Like fuck that. Yeah. This article going to take.
It's an Atlantic article. Shit, it's going to take me 45 minutes to read this bitch. All right, okay. Let me get some snacks.
Yeah, if it's the New Yorker, I know it's 10 pages, small type. I'm like, all right, this is an afternoon. I got it. Just hit the audio. Like I got it. All right, that is it for us. Please pay attention. Focus up, and dig into this shit, man. Please, for the love of God.
Not that hard. It really isn't that hard. It's not.
It's not.
All the information is right at your fingertips. Take like an hour just to read up on stuff.
Yep.
You know, you'll be more versed in fucking than Trump within an hour.
Shit, you might even know how many people are in the House. You'll know more than Jill Stein.
He said what? 600?
I don't know, 600. You're running for president? You're running for president.
Yo, you've run for everything for the last 20 years, and you don't even know how the fucking government works either, you idiot. Okay.
I'm going to vote for her. She's in the Green Party. They're going to help others. Okay. We're all being a bunch of useful idiots. Stop it. All right. That's it. We will see you guys next week where we will talk about Rebel Ridge. Later, guys.
See you.
Faucets.